Quick statistical question. Doctors used statistical tests to compare the results for AD and LD. They obtained a value for P of 0.047. What does the result show about the difference between the means for AD and LD? Use the word, so this is the difference between the means, use the words probability and chance in your answer. Now remember, I have made a PowerPoint about statistical tests and about the best sentences to use for that. So that is available on the team, okay? So it says here, compare the means. If it's comparing the means, you know that it is a t-test. T-tests compare the means, okay? So it's asking you about what it actually means about the difference between them. We know in biology that we look at a p-value of 0.05. If the p-value is less than 0.05 or 5%, then we accept that there is a difference between the two means. So let's think about what that p-value actually means. P is the probability that the difference between the two means, that the difference between the two means is due to chance. So the probability that the difference between the two means is due to chance. So if the difference between the two means, so we've got AD and LD, okay? Doesn't really matter what they are. If the difference between those two mean values is due to chance, then we cannot say that they are different. So what we want, in order to say that they are different, we want the probability that the difference between the two of them is due to chance. We want that probability to be less than 0.05. Okay, we want it to be small. We want there to be a very small probability that the difference between the two means is due to chance. Okay, so going back to our question over here, it says P is equal to 0.047. So in our answer, we can say P is equal to 0.047. So P is less than 0.05. Okay. This means there is less than a 5% probability that the difference between the two means is due to chance. Okay, this means there is a less than a 5% probability that the difference between the two means is due to chance, or the probability, the probability that the difference between the two means being due to chance is less than 5% or less than 0.05. So that means that we can say they are statistically different to one another.